How great is it to be playing in a meaningful game here in December? And I think we're right where we want to be to go play this game. All we're doing is just picking it up where we left it off, and it's going to be a great challenge for us. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Do you look at this as the fifth, sixth quarter of the last game?
I mean, you can. You know, I mean, it's every game's a new game, and I know, you know, you're trying to be 1-0 end of this week, but that's what you felt like afterwards, you know, coming out of there. You know, matter of fact, I said that to Ron. I said, see you in 2 weeks, you know, and have great respect for the team, and, you know, especially that offense. They're very talented. They've got talented skill. They're talented up front and talented running back. So we got our work cut out for us.
I think in your past you've always had really strong run defenses. Why do you think that's been such a struggle this season?
I think we're going to continue to work on it. You know, we understood the process of building a roster and what we needed to do, and you know, it's been a struggle. We've played with some, you know, more DBs than we ever have this year, just to change things up. So I think that's part of it, and you know, I think teams are just running the ball more, and we've played 3 really good mobile quarterbacks that, you know, as what do they call them, 5-tool players in baseball. They're 5-tool players as quarterbacks, and you know, I think that has a lot to do with it.
What do you attribute to the lack of success for you guys of stopping teams from running at your edges?
I think there's a multitude of things that we're working on, you know, to try to remedy that. I don't think it's just always on the edges. I think there's some right up the middle too that you know, we've had some issues with. So it's like one of those things, when you start working on it, you're plugging the dike, and I'm running out of fingers and toes, you know, to plug the dike. So we're just going to continue to work at it and try to get better and play better defense, coach better defense, and go attack this team just like we do every Sunday.
One of the things you do is you probably show teams something they haven't seen before on film. Like, you know, when you're devising your game plan, when you play a team 2 weeks later, what's the balance there? I mean, you try and come up with something totally different? You lean on something that worked?
I think that's, you know, there's a little bit of both, you know, and I think both teams look at it that way. But, you know, that's a great part of our scheme itself, is we can give multiple looks and try to confuse your opponent. And same thing, you know, the back end wise and everything else. So it's a challenge, no doubt. I've never done this before in my career. Played a team that's, you know, playing us back to back. They're playing us back to back. So.
Did you go?
I think I'm correct in that you were a big Dexter Lawrence fan before you got here to coach him.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, under your coaching, under Patterson's, how have you seen Dexter kind of either blossom or almost emerge more than we had seen previously?
I think it's all credit to Dex, because he had a really good off season. He was here all during the installs. He's smart. I think he enjoys playing in this defense, and you know, I said it when I took the job here that he should be a Pro Bowler. I mean, you can just see it in the kid himself. And then after I got to know him, I could have guaranteed you he's going to be that type of player after I got to know him, because how much he loves football, how much he loves his teammates. He's selfless, and he's very accountable to everybody in the room.
Last year, I'm not sure if you remember it this way, but weren't you with the Ravens when the Browns had the bye in between your guys' 2 games?
It might have been, Pat. I might have been. I don't remember. I don't remember it.
Well, no, I was just going to ask you if you remembered like them handling the second game a certain type of way.
No.
The first one.
No. That's, you know, the thing that was like I said, I don't remember it. Might have happened, but I don't remember it that way. It's one of those things that it all becomes a blur after a while.
Did you coach any differently in the first game, knowing that you were going to be their next opponent too?
No, that'd have been really smart, though. I should have said yes. You know, we're just trying to play that game and win that game. You know what I mean? you always try to hold something back during a game, you know, like and bring it out in the fourth quarter. I'm talking about each individual game, not just this game, but every game. So I wish I could tell you yes, but I'm too honest.
So do you
What
go
is it?
now?
I'm too dumb to lie.
So do you go now to that sheet, like you said, you had stuff, you usually have stuff in the fourth quarter that you haven't used, that you try to use?
Yeah,
The
or
leftover stuff that you didn't use, and you try to put that at the top of the
Yeah,
list for this
exactly. That's exactly right. And you know, it's one of those things that you know, the players know it too. You know, hey, I'm holding on to this. I'm holding on to this. You know, and then you know, just like the Baltimore game, we had some things different that we turned on them in the fourth quarter that helped us. Just for an example.
Sorry. I was going to say it seemed like Fabian Moreau got off to a really good start this season playing opposite of Dory. And when Ojulari went down these last couple of games, Fabian's had 4 penalties, I think, the last 2 games, and it seemed like Terry McLaurin gave him a handful. Is it a case of overexposure with Fabian, playing more than he was expected to in a bigger role, or what do you see from Fabian these last couple of weeks versus earlier?
I think Fabian's done a great job. I think he's been a great surprise for this organization, for the defense, for the team. I think that you know, that's the life of a corner, is what you just described right there. And I'm just expecting big things out of him, not only this game but the next 4 games. And you know, sometimes you know, you end on top in those 50-50 balls. Sometimes you don't. So you know, the penalties sometimes, you know, they're just out of your control. We don't make the rules. We just try to play by them.
You guys were forced to wait to see Azeez and Kayvon together for, you know, seemingly felt like months.
Years.
Seeing them together the last couple weeks, is that kind of what you envisioned, and how much can you build off of that with them out there together?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you can't help to sit here and wonder what would it be like if Azeez was healthy all season. What has it been, 4 games? He's got 4 sacks. So you know, I think he's done a great job of coming back, and you know, just these next 4 games are going to be obviously very important to him and us.
Do offensive guards have particular trouble against edges? Seems like sometimes you scheme that up, and you know.
It goes game by game. There's guards. There's different tackles. There's you know, there's different ways that you attack them, and you know, so it goes game to game. But you know, guards are usually not as good in space because they'd be tackles if they were. You know what I mean? Seriously. So.
Are you an arm length guy, like at the combine?
Oh, yeah.
Does that answer kind of?
Bigger, longer, faster.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Yep, no doubt.
Wait, what does Rodarius Williams have to do to get back on the field in your mind?
I think it's, you know, it starts at practice, and you know, he's got to be consistent in the way he practices, and he's done that. He had a real good practice yesterday, much better practice yesterday. We'll see what he does today, and we'll go from there.
Go ahead.
With having Azeez back and now Kayvon together, I guess how does that help you scheme the overall defense as a whole, knowing that those 2 are there?
Every time you get a good or a great player back, helps you scheme a lot easier, because then you can either do more things with them or less things with them, because they can just win their one-on-one matchups. So it does help, and you know, you can give them different looks to the opponent, and he's like I said, he's done a really nice job, and so's Kayvon.